Hello, good evening, everyone. Good to see every one of you here. My name is Alex from MarketWise Asia. As usual, today is a Friday evening. I hope you guys are having a so-called a good weekend. All right. So if you guys can hear me loud and clear, please say a hi to me in the comments. Today it is the 5th of November. All right, 2021. It is the start of the November, and we are very fast into ending the year already, so heading into November and heading into Christmas very soon. Okay, so if you can hear me loud and clear, please say a hi to me, and if you could, okay, just give me a like and share as well. Liking is free, doesn't cost you money, but it tells Facebook algo that you enjoy my content and want to see more of Facebook Live in the future. Okay, so let me take a look at the comment first. Okay, so Eng Chai, good evening. James, Francis, Amanda, Lester, Janice, Han Ho, Leons, Ching On, Derek, Andy, Ivan, Eileen, Chong Yang, Pei Wen, Edmund, Josh, William, Patrick, Roger, Vincent. All right, there are many of you. Pauline, Ernest, Chawan. Chawan, is the first time I see you on my Facebook Live and you are watching on YouTube. Okay, it is the first time you're watching MarketWise Asia. All right, Atong Leo Bunyahan. Okay, is that how do I pronounce your name? I see. Is that a Dogecoin? Audrey, Mary, Darren. Okay, so good to see every one of you here. By the way, right? How many of you actually can see a difference? All right, from me today? Okay, do you feel anything that's different from me today? If you can spot any difference, okay, please type in the comments. Okay, please type in the comments. Anyway, by the way, right, do join MarketWise Asia Telegram channel. As you can see, all right, the MarketWise Telegram channel link, it is on the screen, the scrolling bar, and of course, you can go to Telegram and just search for MarketWise Asia, and of course, let me post the link also in the comments. Okay, in the comments. All right. Yes, Pei Wen, yes, something different. Yes, I changed my glasses. Steven, you also got it correct. Nelson, is it look more handsome? No, Josh, no, I think about 1 month I didn't cut my hair ever since the Asia Trading Festival. So I'm going to cut my hair pretty soon. Yes, so I changed my glasses. So I've been wearing my old glasses for about 6 years already. So yeah, after 6 years, changing a new glasses. Okay, so you look more radiant. Is it? I look more radiant. My wife said that after I changed the glasses, I look very sleepy. I can't like my eyes are half open only. All right. Never go to the zoo. Facial also. What do you mean by facial? Okay. By the way, I'm just chit chatting for a while because I expecting more people will be streaming in. Okay. Oh, by the way, right, I recently I got a little bit. I think so-called not say overweight. I mean, I don't feel good about my body. I feel that I'm gaining a bit more weight. So I'm going through intermittent fasting and also trying to just limit myself to one meal a day. Okay, before I say anything, one meal is no good, whatever. So I have the habit of skipping breakfast already. So to me, skipping breakfast it is fine. So just trying to eat a little bit more, as in a little bit lesser, and try to just eat one meal a day. So I'm gonna see how it goes. So yeah, I'm to lose just that few kilograms only. Okay, if you have any way, to lose weight fast, not say fast, fast but healthy, do let me know. For me, the fastest way that I've tried before is really just to limit my intake of calories. And how do I do it? It is about one meal a day. By the way, I'm not endorsing you to copy me. I'm just sharing with you what works for me. Okay, what works for me. So far, yes. I am also exercising as well. So basically, it's exercising plus limiting my intake of calories as well. Okay, so yeah, so right now we have about 200 plus people in the room. Ming Han said I'm very handsome. Not as handsome as you. Okay, so today very not a simple topic, but I'm sure most of you guys already know about this metaverse. Okay, let me add to the stream right now. Okay, let me change to this screen. Okay, so today, okay, before I start, as usual, my disclaimer first, whatever I say today, it is just for educational and informational purpose. It is not a recommendation, all right, to tell you what to buy or what to sell. Alex is always wrong. So please don't copy me. Okay, so with that, let's start the session. So today we are going to talk about this metaverse, whatever you call it. Okay, I think the correct pronunciation is called metaverse. Okay, a fun fact. All right, metaverse in Chinese, it is called 元宇宙. All right, 元宇宙 is something interesting term to me. Of course,宇宙, I think most of you should know. 宇宙 means the universe. So metaverse, the universe, the verse come from this the 宇宙. Okay, so 元宇宙 is called, I think 元, I don't know what's the meaning of 元, but meta, yeah. But anyway, just a fun fact. How many of you actually, know about metaverse, or you don't know? Okay, just let me know yes or no in the comment. If you know, just type yes. If you don't really know, just type no in the comments. Okay, by the way, I am also not a subject matter expert. Okay, but we all read along the way. I'm trying to understand as much as I can, but that is not that important. All right, I think important is how to capitalize on this opportunity within the next 5-10 years and beyond. Okay, so if you know about metaverse, know a little bit, just type yes. If this term metaverse is totally foreign to you, right, just type no in the comments. Just type no in the comments. Okay, no. But okay, but I believe you guys know that Facebook has changed its name to Meta platform, right? Metaverse. So of course, Facebook, the site, the website, it is still called Facebook as normal, no change. But all right, the company name has changed to Meta, All right. So quite a number of you say no, but I believe most of you should have read the news, right? Facebook changing its name to Metaverse, right? Okay, some yes, some no, and such. Okay, so I'm trying to explain. Okay, okay, so I try to find a simple definition that you guys can understand. All right, so let me go through this before I go to this. Okay, let me go to this Wikipedia. So definition of okay, from Wikipedia. All right, so you can just Google it. All right, so English is amazing. Every single word you read, you might understand, but when it comes together, you might not understand what it means really. So I try to zoom in. Okay, so there are a few definitions. So I try to use the Wikipedia one. The metaverse is a neologism typically used to describe the concept of a future iteration of the internet made up of persistent shared 3D virtual space links into a perceived virtual universe. The metaverse is a broader sense, may not only refer to virtual world, but the entire spectrum of augmented reality. So after reading, such phrases, at the end of the day, I believe most people also don't know what is metaverse, right? So I try to find a simpler definition for you. All right. So a simpler one, it is something like this. Okay. So you guys can see my screen, right? So a boundless 3D digital world accessed as easily as the internet, where we do things like hang out in the park, play a game, see a concert, or suffer through a work conference. So I know some news media, actually try to, define that as something like AR, augmented reality, or VR. But actually, it is more than that. Okay, to put things simply, right? So, right now, whatever things that we are using, right? We are just using a device. You are watching this, for example, this Facebook Live via your mobile phone or a laptop or a desktop. So you are still watching through a screen. Like it still feels that you are very far away from me. So it is not like we are in an offline, in a theater, in a room where I talk to you personally. So from what I understand, Metaverse is trying to bridge this. So for example, if you are in a Zoom meeting, okay, you will feel exactly like, you are in an office, having a meeting with real life people. Okay, you can think about it like, Second Life, the game, all right, Second Life, the game, Roblox, which are quite popular recently. Okay, so how many of you actually don't like Zoom meetings? If you don't like Zoom meetings, right, just type, no in the comments. Just type no in the comments. Okay, for me personally, I don't really like Zoom meetings, Google Meet. Okay, I know it is useful, because of COVID and such. We can, talk to each other online and such. But I feel very draining whenever I go to a Zoom meeting. Somehow it just feel different from a real life, offline meeting where I meet a person or meet a group of people to having a discussion. Okay, it just feel different. So I think, Metaverse is going to bridge that. Okay, you could be wearing a something like a simple, smart glasses where there's some, screen attached to it, or you can wear a VR set and such. Okay, of course, right now the VR set, right, it is still pretty bulky and such. Okay, of course, VR is not exactly Metaverse, but it could be part of the Metaverse thing. Okay, so in the future, it could be just, hologram or just a smart glass where you put on your glasses and see your surrounding as if you are in a real life Zoom meeting. So that's trying to explain as simply as possible. So or you are in a game playing avatar and such, whether you are in a virtual world, for example, you can make payment through cryptocurrencies, where you have art pieces, and that's where, for example, NFT that's going to come in and such. So everything is going to be virtual, but in real life, so in realistic way, instead of just a simple device that you feel very distant from each other. Okay, and you guys can see, right? So the metaverse is best understood as a quasi successor state to the mobile internet. By the way, this word quasi is apparently similar. Okay, it sounds cheap, quasi successor, but basically it means that something similar to the mobile internet. All right, this is because the metaverse will not, replace the internet, but instead build upon the current things that we have right now. Okay, so you can think it as the next stage of the mobile internet. So from the era of the internet, we have start off with, desktop, laptop, all right, then we go to mobile. And for mobile, all right, how many of you actually think, right, when is the year that actually mobile era started? All right, just share with me your thoughts, right? When do you think the mobile internet era actually first started? Is it in 2000? Is it in 2010? Is it in 2020 and such? Let me know the years you think that actually the era of mobile internet actually first started. Okay, before I continue my so-called my explanation. All right. So let me, by the way, today is Friday. So chill, I'm drinking coffee right now. This is called a ice white latte. Ice white latte. Okay, this is bought by my wife again. I think last week I also drank coffee, right? Okay. So when do you think mobile internet first started, or when it first flicked? When we changed from the desktop, laptop to the mobile first? Okay. Let me know. Some Michael say year 2000, Jimmy say 1999, Eddie say first iPhone, Leon say 2009, Josh say 1975. Wow, 75. I'm not born yet. 96. All right. So from what I read, okay, mobile, right, internet, it is not really defined as a specific year. But if you really want to define like the year where mobile really kick off, all right, mobile really kick off, it is when, let me see, when 2007, all right, when the first iPhone first came out, that's 2007, right? Okay, so that is where, Steve Jobs revolutionized the whole mobile thing, and where this iPhone and all the smartphone Android all came about. Okay, so this is where they start to get popular, all the apps and everything come out. But if you think about it, right, actually the mobile internet, cannot kickstart if the previous technology hardware didn't exist. So before 2007, actually mobile internet already exists. I'm not sure how many of you actually remember we are actually using this term GPRS. GPRS, it's not GPS, it's GPRS, where the internet is damn slow, but you can still access your online internet via I don't know, Sony Ericsson, Siemens phone. There's no so-called mobile browser and such. So it's very, very old, but it all stack up together. So from the first GSM phone of 1G, 2G, 3G to 4G and such, now to 5G. All right. So everything stack up together. So mobile internet isn't really, iPhone really launched it. So everything need to stack up. So the software, the hardware, everything, the infrastructure need to be set up perfectly for the whole mobile era to take off. Okay, so if you really want to say when it get really starting popular, of course, it is in 2007 when the first iPhone first came about. Okay, so since 2007 is more than 13 years already. So the next iteration will be the Metaverse, and this will not be just a single company where you can just I want to become a Metaverse and such. So you build upon the current technology, the infrastructure, the hardware, the software to do about it. Okay. Talking about it, I think a lot of talking. Okay, I hope you guys can, progressive. Eddie, yeah, right. So it's progressive to launch this Metaverse into a norm. And of course, where's the best place to get your information? So I have this site called the image. Let me try to zoom in for you. Okay, you guys can see, right? So this is the 7 layers of Metaverse. So no one single company can actually create the Metaverse. And Facebook cannot do that as well, but they have to build upon the current progressive, layers from other companies as well. Okay, so you need the experience in discovery, creator economy, spatial computing, decentralization, human interface, infrastructure. So for example, right, infrastructure, you need all the 5G, 6G, whatever in place in the future, right, to able to support the speed of the metaverse, right, human interface. Like for example, how do you access the metaverse on mobile, smart glasses, wearables to immerse yourself in the virtual reality, right? And how do you make, for example, make payment in the virtual world? And of course, right now we have the current state, like, the credit card and such, like, Visa, Master Bank. But in the future, blockchain, which we already have to build upon it, right? Cryptocurrencies, NFT, non-fungible token as an art piece, for example, into the virtual world. And you also need the hardware, the computing, the 3D engines, you need software and such design tool. You need also content creator, like for example, Facebook, like every one of us to create content in the metaverse as well. And such ad networks and such, games, theater, esports. So this is the 7 layer of the metaverse. I will share with you the link in the comments. So in case you can't see the comments, if you're watching this, a replay or whatever, all right, you see this link over here. I'll post the link in the comments. And one of the key opinion leaders, what I call a KOL, key opinions leader, and also the subject matter expert, is actually this guy called Matthew Ball. I'll post the link in the comments also. So bit.ly/metaverse primer. Let me go to the website over here. Okay, so this is Matthew Ball. You can go to the About page, all right, About page, and understand who he is. He's the managing partner of, I don't know pronounce, Epilion Co., which operates an early stage venture fund, blah blah blah. He's a co-founder of this Ball Metaverse Research Partner. Also creates the index of this Round Hill Ball Metaverse ETF. So anyway, in short, you can go to the site and read about him, but he is the if you're talking about Metaverse, I think he's the person to go to. You can go read his materials, his articles, his YouTube or whatever. All right. So this site, the Metaverse Primer. All right. So he talked about all the the framework, the hardware, the networking, the computing power, the virtual platform, the interchange tools, and such content. So mobile payment, blockchain, and such. All right. So I'll post the direct link in the comments. Okay, so go ahead and go and read through. There are many things now. Okay, so like for example, the first article, the framework for the metaverse. It is a very long piece of content. So if you have the time, all right, do go and read about that. Okay, can so and also hardware and the metaverse and such. Okay, so a lot of things to read lah. Okay, so if you cannot finish, go slow, never mind. So this is actually not important, So the important thing is right how to capitalize on this metaverse. So I think moving forward, right, it's not this, I think, sorry, not this. Moving forward, okay, I think metaverse will continue to be the headline and such. So we need to know how to capitalize on it. Okay, so from my explanation so far, is it okay for you guys, or can you guys at least understand a bit from what I'm saying? If you think you can understand at least a bit, okay, type okay in the comments so that I know everything is going good before I proceed. Okay, how to capitalize on this metaverse. All right. If everything is okay, please type good in the type okay in the comments. And right now I can see that there are 315 people in this Facebook Live. Okay, if you could please give me a like or share. Liking is free, doesn't cost you money, but it tells Facebook algo that you enjoy my content and want to see more of MarketWise Asia Facebook Live in the future. Okay, so just give me a like and share. Like and share doesn't cost you money. Okay, so of course we can see that our Telegram channel on the scrolling bar. Do subscribe to our MarketWise Asia Telegram channel. Right now we have about 4,000 plus people in the room, 4,100 to be exact. Okay, so I always share my content, my latest news, price mover, and of course the reminder for my Facebook Live as well. All right, so I'm going to post the Telegram channel link in the comment. Okay, so okay, that's good. All right, so after talking so much, all right, some of you know I don't care what this metaverse is about, I just want to know how to make money from this metaverse thing, So, if you actually read through this Matthew Ball, the about page, right? He actually gave a clue already. All right, he gave a clue already. So let me try to zoom in. Okay, so he is the co-founder of this Metaverse research partner, which also create and maintain the index, all right, of this round hill ball Metaverse ETF, which can be found in the NYSE, the New York Stock Exchange. All right, the ticker is actually called Meta. All right, so Meta. So okay, before I go into the chart, all right, just go to this ETF.com/Meta. Okay, ETF.com/Meta. I suspect, right? Actually, Facebook actually want to own this ticker Meta, but this guy already, this ETF provider issuer already, got hold of it before Facebook can get it. Okay, so they have no choice but to change the name to MVRS for Facebook. But I think they actually want, Meta. Okay, so you guys can see here, right? So essentially, this Meta, it is a ETF, right? They try to invest in global listed companies where they'll try to build up this metaverse industry. So hardware, software, whatever it is, whichever company that can help to build up this metaverse era will be listed inside this ETF as well. So metaverse.com/ETF, can describe everything about it. Okay, so right now the asset under management, all right, so the AUM, it is about 200 207 million asset under management. So it is still exactly not very big yet. So to me, I classify ETF as big, okay, big cap when it is above 1 billion. This is my benchmark. Above 1 billion, I consider it big. So it is still small. All right. So let me go through the stocks right now. What are the stocks, the components inside this Meta ETF? So you can see over here, right? View all. I'm not sure you guys can see, NVIDIA, all right? The graphic card where it's needed to build the hardware. Your Microsoft, Roblox. This is I mentioned before. Meta platform, which is Facebook, Unity software, Immersion, Autodesk, Amazon, Tencent, ASML, for example. The semicon chip to help build up better hardware for the computers as well. Apple, Snap, Qualcomm, Fastly, Intel. So these are the companies which these ETF things will help build up the whole Metaverse universe. Okay, and of course, ETF.com, as I mentioned, you have the data, but sometimes I find it a bit slow. So in my previous Facebook Live, I actually mentioned about this site called the Doco. All right, if you are new here, this is the first time you might be hearing about it. Doco, I think this is also a fantastic platform. I'll post a link in the comments. Doco, Docoh. Okay, so as I mentioned previously, it used to be a paid premium site where you have to pay for the data, the research and such. But because I think the premium site can't pay the bills, so they decide to let people use for free, but eventually they will have some advertisement on the site. So you can just also search for Meta. All right, this round hill ball Metaverse ETF. All right, you can see the companies. It loads faster than the ETF.com. So you can see there are 49 stocks over here. All right, so all the companies that's listed in the ETF.com over here, it is also same as here. And of course, if you are adventurous, you can take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA, of course, has been running very, very well. NVIDIA is crazy, right? This is a parabolic. So yeah. So I hope you guys are learning something new from this. Okay. BTNX. Okay. What's that? BTNX. What stock is that? Okay, anyway, I don't want to talk about individual stocks first. Okay, so right now, everything okay so far. So the one that I'm talking with you is this Meta stock ETF. Let's go to the Meta stock ETF. All right, so you can see it just listed not too long ago. All right, so after the Facebook mentioned that it is going to change its name to Meta platform. All right, so actually price actually started to skyrocket. All right, so it is still pretty new, and I believe my personal opinion, all right, this Metaverse ETF AUM, the asset under management, it is continue to grow. Okay, and I believe the ETF will continue to outperform as well. And you can see right now, since it is IPO day, okay, starting there, it is above the price already. So above the price with the resistance. So I think there'll be more upside to come. But of course, I'm not asking you to buy now. I'm not asking to buy now, but monitor it, because right now it is a bit overextended as well. It's extended as well. All right. So you add in my standard indicator and such, you can see over here. All right. So it's above the cloud, above the centripetal range. So it is bullish. All right. There is BNTX. Okay, BNTX. I know today BioNTech and these Pfizer are down. So yeah, BioNTech. All right. Sidetrack a bit. Okay, since we are already inside this BNTX, price is already so far in a downtrend. Okay, so not very advisable to enter right now. So it is still on a downtrend, and earnings, it is coming up very soon. So earnings, it is a 50% chance. Okay, so sometimes it could gap up, it could gap down. All right. So yeah. And All right. So any questions so far on this Meta ETF? So the so-called let me see. Okay, so this Meta, how do you get a foot in the door, right? It is using this proxy. You can use this Meta ETF, right, to have exposure to all these companies that's making some effort into this Metaverse universe. Okay, any questions so far? If no question, all right, just let me know everything is good. Just type good in the comments to interact with me. All right, by the way, I'm a bit thirsty, so I thought I'd be very thirsty very fast. I'll try to go through the individual stocks later. So let me go through some of the things first, okay? Everything is good so far? Can All right, so let's go to the stock market. Right now, I think this is, most of you guys are more keen in, I suppose. All right, so let's go to the chart right now. So this is the nickel chart. Nickel chart also go to the S&P 500 futures. All right, so for those who are new to me, I tend to use the S&P 500 futures, not because the cash index is no good, but because S&P the futures, they have the volume. I can see the volume, and also in a more of a continuous price action move was nearly 24 hours. All right, so this was the trend line that I've drawn previously. So if you actually read about, let me go to this. All right, so if you actually go to my Telegram channel, actually I mentioned, I think on last week also, is it? Yes. Okay, so I mentioned that S&P has hit a trend line resistance and overextended. All right, take some money off the table and trail your stocks. Okay, so if you are stocks, profitable, move your stock higher and higher. All right, and we should be selling, exiting on strength for short-term swing trade, and the market could have a pullback anytime. You shouldn't be aggressively adding new position now. Well, of course, I could be wrong. It's just my personal view. Always manage your risk. So that was what I mentioned a few days ago. All right. So the reason why I say that, because it has hit a trend line over here. This trend line is I've drawn over here. So it hit. Okay, it hit. Okay, of course, today the market continue to bulldoze all the way. All right. So by right, you should be buying somewhere around here on the way up. I don't think you should be aggressively adding long position now, because the market, it is right now really overextended. So of course, can the market continue to go higher? All right, of course it can. All right. By the way, I'm not saying that the market will crash. Okay, this is just to repeat myself. I'm not saying the market will crash, but I just feel that the market, it is overextended, and I have closed most of my position. So I think yesterday I closed more than 7 positions. So I think So I actually caught this wave up. Okay, so along the way I have taken profit, through my stops. So and yesterday I actually closed most of my position. This is just my personal. I only left, I think, 3 more positions, and that's it. Okay, so this is just my personal view, and the market can do a pullback, ping pong for a while before it continues to head higher, or even do a steeper pullback like that, 50%, and then continue to go higher. We never know. And of course, based on seasonality, of course, November and December is generally a typical bullish month. All right, for the whole year, November is one of the bullish month, and it is just the start of the month. In fact, not even November, since the start of October, it already rallied all the way up already. So I think it is good if the market can actually has a slight pullback before it continue to rally even higher. So this is what I would prefer to see. But of course, right now, I've decided to stay out of the market, and I already exited most of my swing position. And by the way, if you are new to me, I'm a swing trader. So I hold my position for a few days to at most, 1 to 2 weeks, or at most 3 weeks. That's it. So I don't hold for very long term, a few months and such. Okay. All right. So let me go through my usual indicators, the central pivot range and the cloud. All right. So above the cloud, above the central pivot range, definitely bullish, right? No doubt about it. The market is definitely on a uptrend. The Dow, okay, it is also on a uptrend, and the Nasdaq, no doubt, also the same. Price action is also bulldoze all the way up. So let's take a look at the weekly time frame. Okay, so in fact, for the Nasdaq, it is actually hitting a yearly Camarilla pivot already. So this green line over here, can it continue to go higher? Of course it can, but you are just putting more risk right now already. If you're entering a new position, if you have existing position, fantastic for you. Okay, just continue to ride the way all the way up or trail. It is okay. But what I'm suggesting is you shouldn't be aggressively adding new position. Can or not? Okay, you guys get what I'm trying to say, right? So for S&P 500, this is the weekly chart. We just broke this Camarilla pivot, but we shall see next week what the market will do, or this coming week, as in the week is coming now, so coming to an end. So we see next week what's going to do. For the Dow, they also break a new high also based on weekly time frame. Another thing I want to note to let you know is that the market is actually really bullish. Okay, so because this Russell 2000, the IWM Russell 2000, it is the small cap, small cap stock, small cap, SMALL, small cap, those 2000 stocks. All right. Oh, sorry, it's 2000, okay, 2000 stocks. And if you take this, by the way, this is a weekly time frame chart. This is a weekly time frame chart. So for the start of 2021, this year, the small cap index Russell 2000 has been consolidating for the whole year, and it's only this week that price actually break above this resistance line over here. Okay, so it is bullish. Okay, so after consolidation, it has a breakout. So if you drill back down to the daily time frame, all right, so you can see this whole chunk of consolidation, right? It just broke out a few days ago. So this is actually bullish for the small cap. And moving forward, if the market is continuing to be bullish, all right, we should be focusing on the small cap stock, okay? The small cap should be outperforming the big cap stock. For example, the S&P 500 stocks. Okay, so another way you can compare it is doing the ratio, which I mentioned also previously in my Facebook Live. All right, we could do, for example, IWN, all right, versus SPY. All right, so basically you are trying to compare, the ratio IWM, all right, over SPY. If IWM is increasing, which means that it is outperforming the S&P 500. All right, so you can see from the chart that since the start of the year, all right, so the small cap stocks has been underperforming the S&P 500, right? So it's only recently, all right, can see that price actually started to turn into an uptrend and then break above the cloud, which means that the small cap, the IWM, is actually outperforming the S&P 500, all right. So that's why previously for the past 1 year, you can see that, even like Facebook, Amazon, Google, all these big cap stocks are moving quite a bit and moving very well. Even NVIDIA, AMD, all these are considered big stocks. So moving forward, if you really want to generate your alpha, all right, I suggest that you can take a look at the small cap stocks. Okay, so if everything is okay so far, understand what I'm trying to say, all right, about this small cap, big cap, just type small in the comments. All right, while I take a breather as well. So while I'll continue later, let me take a look at the comments. Let me take a look at the comments. Darius is asking, do you assess if Facebook has the financial ability to develop and profit from the metaverse? All right, the very honest answer is I didn't. Okay, I didn't. Okay, because I am primarily a swing trader, so I am most of the time technical trader. So I look at the price, the volume, and such. So fundamentally, if Facebook is telling me that price it is going higher, for example, Facebook price, right? Then I might go long. But see, for example, along the way, Facebook is in uptrend. I'll from here, all right, to here, I'll definitely be buying Facebook. So once price has broken below the cloud, it tells me that it's in a downtrend. As a swing trader, I won't be buying. I won't be buying here. All right, you get what I'm trying to say? And right now, price is back above the central pivot range and above. Oh no, just haven't broke above the cloud, but above the CPR. So it tells me that the daily time frame downtrend is weakening. So you could go long if you want to. So yeah, in short, I did assess whether Facebook can actually access whether it can become really a full-fledged metaverse company. I'm purely a technical trader, so I just follow the price. All right, and if I intention to buy about 20 stocks for long-term trading, I should hold off for a while. You mean, again, Darius, it is very hard to tell you what to do because I don't have the context. Are you going to hold for how many years? Hold for holding how many months? Okay, or are you just a short-term swing trader? Okay, so if you're doing short-term or even position trading, holding for a few months, I don't suggest you add aggressively. Like you can add a bit, but to add aggressively because the market could pull back anytime. So that's my personal opinion. All right. If you are like, as I said, if you are a swing trader, for me, I'm looking to exit already. All right. All the questions from you are Darius. Okay. In this case, seasonality and trend line are in conflict. No, there's no conflict. Okay. The market has been going up. So this is in line with what the seasonals have been saying, as in the historical data, November, December tend to be good month. And in fact, it's true right now, right? October leading to November, has been a very good month. So again, I'm not saying that the market will crash, just that I would prefer to see a pullback, and the pullback, might come anytime. This is just my opinion. I'm not saying the market will crash. I repeat, I'm not saying the market will crash. Ken? All right. Let me see. Jimmy said IBB. All right. So I'll talk about some of the stocks later. Right. So IBB. Okay. I actually slight loss IBB. Okay. Because of the Pfizer and the S-Bio, right? The BioNTech, right? Yeah. All right. So Ivan, are you new to my Facebook Live? How to read both pivot point and traditional often overlapping? How to interpret? I'm sure to answer later, right? So let me see the question. HS Chin, you mentioned the market are going up. So why are you selling your stock? So HS, so as I mentioned, I am a swing trader. So you need to understand I am not a long-term investor. So for example, okay, as a swing trader, I hold for a few days to a few weeks, all right? Yeah, I try to zoom in over here. Okay, so market do a pullback. I'm looking to buy here. Okay, up, I'll take profit over here. Pullback again, I'm looking for a good price to enter. Market do a swing up. That's why I call swing trading, right? Do a swing up, all right? I will exit, okay, and such, all right? Of course, you might say that, hey, Facebook always been trending while market is uptrend. Why don't you just hold? It also depends on your personality. I'm not a person who like to hold long-term or mid-term and such. It has to depend on you. I feel more comfortable doing this kind of swing trading. And of course, for example, like IBB, okay, so as I mentioned, right, based on seasonality, it should be going up, okay? So, but today, because of some certain news and such, or because of the Pfizer news, it actually kept down. So does that mean that, it tells me that, even though I could be very bullish or what, but if price action tells me that it is bearish, I will just exit. So I won't know that it is going to hit up like that or not. I won't know, right? So I have price is gapping down, hit my stop, I just exit. And by the way, I didn't lose a lot on IBB. So I first entered IBB, I mentioned IBB seasonality, right? So IBB, it is actually over here, enter over here. So enter around here, risk is somewhere around here. Actually, when price, my risk to reward ratio is actually 1. So for example, if I risk $100 and my profit is already 100, I will actually, exit half of the position, right? And then trail my stop. And then I'll put my stop loss to break even. So of course, it went up a little bit down and then kept down. So I just lost a little bit, okay, because my stop is somewhere around here, right? So yeah, so lose a little bit only. Of course, if you enter a bit late, then you might be losing money. So no choice. You cannot win every single trade. So for example, in fact, I also enter into S&P 500. S&P 500. In fact, I first entered somewhere around this. Sorry about the thing. Okay. So for S&P 500, for example, I first entered somewhere around here. All right. But price continued to go down a little bit lower. I was stop out because you need to understand my stop is quite tight. So I can stop out. So I lost the S&P 500 during the early October. Is it October? Yes, early October, right? So after that, I see that price seems to be going up again. I re-enter again. And in fact, I actually caught this whole wave up. I caught this whole wave up. S&P, I use the SPY, okay, SPY, whole wave up. I actually exit my position yesterday after trading my stop. So when I first entered, my stop is somewhere around here, entry somewhere around here. So when price actually hit somewhere around this region over here, I actually exit half, all right, shift my stop to break even, and then I trail all the way up and I exit yesterday. Okay, so yeah, can you guys understand what I'm trying to say? So yeah, I like to exit half the position and then let the rest of that trail. All right, so yeah. Why is today financial sector performing badly? Noella, Yoon. Let's go through the financial sector. All right, so is it very badly today? Actually, no, it's not very badly one. Right, so it is just a pullback. The market has been going up for since mid-September already. So from the low to the high over here is about 13, 14, 15% really. So this is just a minor pullback. So it is a very normal pullback. And of course, this is a sector rotation. All right. So you cannot expect, every stock, every sector, the financial sector, right, to continue to head up all the way, chong all the way. So there's always a swing up, swing down, swing up, swing down. The market pulse lah. All right, so it is pretty normal to me, right? This pullback, all right. Steven, based on what entry trigger you enter SPY at such a low price? If you actually go back to my Facebook Live, all right, a number of Facebook Live back, right? There are a few reasons why I think S&P it is still bullish. Overall, the trend is still up, and a lot of those are Twitter guru, they are very overly bearish on the S&P 500, and the market breadth is also signaling a low also, so it could have a rebound. All right, at that point in time, of course, I don't know it's going to rebound, but based on some of the factors I mentioned just now, the sentiment, the overall trend, and the market breadth and such. All right, I think the market is heading up, and I also use a trigger, all right, which I learned from Bini, all right, which she presented during the previous Asia Trading Festival, there is a wash over here, this bar over here, and then a rinse bar over here. So there's a wash and rinse. So and such. So I just enter lah. Do I know that you head up like this? I don't know. So I have my entry, my trigger, and I just set my stop somewhere below the low. All right. So that's it. That's it. So I don't expect every single trade to be a winner. Okay. So I see a setup, a trigger. I think the trend is still up. I just go ahead. So yeah, you get what I'm trying to say, right? So I really don't know the market can go so high up. So you could say that I'm lucky in a sense. All right. And I managed to catch this whole wave up. All right. And Young Burns, uranium, yeah, uranium is also something I entered. All right, I'll share with you some of the things later. Okay, so everything okay? So let me go through let me go through this. All right. Okay, so in my previous Facebook Live, I think IYT I mentioned for the past 2 weeks or 3 weeks already. Okay, so actually it is bullish for the transportation ETF, which I also entered IYT. IYT, we take a look, IYT. All right. IYT. This is the VWAP. Ignore that. Remove the VWAP. Okay, so based on seasonal IYT, from 18 October to around 1st December, for the past 10 years, 11 years, it is 100% positive. So given this historical track record, I actually entered at this bar over here when price broke above the cloud, and it is also a wash and rinse pattern also. All right, so I entered, and yeah, I managed to catch this whole wave up also. And I actually exited yesterday. Do I know that IYT is going to fly like that? To be completely honest, I also don't know. It's just that the market is surprisingly bullish, recently. So I also lucky. This is luck, really. I'm expecting, like that, a wave down, something like that to hit lah, but it didn't. So it just bulldozed all the way up lah. So I also managed to catch this. So this is lucky. So I managed to get, I think about 3 or 4 times my risk to reward. So this is pretty good trade. All right, XOXX, I didn't enter. XOXX. How many of you actually enter into XOXX? If you enter into XOXX, all right, please type XOXX in the comments. Right, XOXX is the semicon ETF. All right, so I cannot find a trigger, so I didn't enter. So it also bulldoze all the way up for SOXX semicon ETF. So for SOXX, right, 21st October to 8 November, for the past 11 years, it has also been very bullish. Okay. All right. So IBB, I know maybe some of you entered. I also entered. I also lose on that trade. Slight loss. Okay. But not overly. Just it's pretty normal to me. Do I enjoy losing? Of course, I'm not. But I have to accept the fact that not every single trade will be a winner. Again, you need to remember, I don't expect every single trade to be a winner. So SOX, IBB, okay, happen to be losing trade. So no choice lah, no choice. Have to exit. So swing trade, exit. But I need to let you know that IBB, all right, is until 30th November, okay, based on the past 10 years seasonals, 26th October, all right, to 30th November, okay, so it is still got some time, okay. I don't know, until now, still got about 3 weeks, price could do like that, up again. You never know, right? So it could become positive again. So I have to wait for the signal again for IBB. All right, so right now there is no signal for IBB yet. All right, and I also mentioned XLI, the industrial, XLB, XLV. Okay, so review that. XLI, I didn't enter because I other position, it also flew. See, it also flew all the way up. XLI, XLV. Okay, for general the health. Okay, it also flew. Just that for the past 2 days, it actually has had a pullback. All right, and also XLB, the materials, XLB. XLB also performing very well. Okay, it also flew. So if you enter some of these trades, you should be profitable. Right? So of course, if you just okay, just enter one trade and that is IBB then no choice lah. That will be a 100% losing trade lah. But if you enter a few of these, you should be profitable lah. And by the way, ITA, I mentioned previously also, I also entered. So it is profitable for me. ITA today, it is up 3%. Okay, so I entered ITA on this bar over here. Okay, on this bar. Alternate V. Can you see this line? All right, this bar over here, ITA. This is also a wash and rinse. This is also a wash and rinse. Coupled with the seasonality, all right, for the past, as in November, it is generally bullish for ITA. So it is okay. Okay, so I'm still holding on to ITA. And for GDX, I mentioned also for this is the gold miners. Gold miners not so good. I am also kind of a break even on this. I think slight loss now already. Slight loss already. So GDX, slight loss. So I was bearish, but right now price, heading back up again, but it hasn't hit my stop loss. So I'm still going to hold on to GDX, the gold miners. All right. So these are some of the trade reviews, as in I mentioned the past Facebook Live. So overall, depending on which one you enter, all right. Again, I'm not asking you to copy. I'm just sharing with you the seasonals. Okay, for me, it is at least profitable. And let me see some of the other trades that I enter. All right, you want to know what other trades I enter or not? let me take a look. If you want, type yes in the comments. Oh no, it's 1 hour already. So fast. Okay, 1 hour already. I also entered into uranium. All right, which I didn't mention. Uranium. Okay, I entered on this bar over here. Okay, this is a very classic setup for me. All right, can you see uranium? All right, uptrend above cloud, above pivot point, and then somewhere around near the pivot, right, finding support, and then there is also a wash and rinse setup. Okay, that's why I entered, and when price hit the high over here, I exited my position. So this is a very short-term trade. All right, this is a very short-term trade. So I'll tell you, for the past 1 to 2 weeks, it is really quite okay for me now, because the market is really bullish. All right, the only loss I have for the past, I think 1 or 2 weeks is the IBB. Okay, the rest are all actually profitable trade for me. Okay, and so URA, another one that I actually entered is ONLN, the online retail ETF. All right, so also doing pretty okay as a swing trade. Swing trade holding for a few days only. So I entered on this bar over here. Okay, this green bar over here. And then yesterday, I actually exited. So my risk to reward for this ONLN, online retail, is actually about 1:1. So if I risk 100, I get 100, I will exit, that kind. All right, because I know it's hitting resistance already. So I kind of, I exit. Because, and also the market is hitting at a high already. So I exited. Okay, yeah. Okay, Steven, may I know if trading ETF is better than stocks? As stocks has the risk of gapping down. Yeah, right. I know, for example, my good friend Jay and other trainers, other traders, they are trading a lot of those individual stocks. But for me personally, right, I like to trade ETF because ETF to me is easy. Like I can see the whole industry. Okay, how many of you actually, let's say for example, there are so many online retail ETF stocks, right? Amazon, Shopify, whatever. Okay, all these retail shops. Okay, the stocks they enter, all right, it, it, it doesn't fly. The stocks that you didn't enter, right, it flew. How many of you actually have this kind of experience before? Type me in the comments. All right, at least I have now. Okay, so there are, let's say I know that the online retail industry are moving up. There are so many stocks there. Some of them may have a lot of triggers. I think there are a lot of triggers, and a lot of stocks might look good. So which one do you want to enter? Okay, and a lot of case, the stocks that I enter, either little bit profit, or didn't fly much. Okay, then freaking hell one, the one that I don't enter, I saw two stock. Then the one that I don't enter, it just, wow, just ready, just fly. And how come I didn't enter that stock? So, along the way, I would say that, fuck it, I just buy the ETF. I don't care really. So I just buy the ETF. I just buy the freaking ETF. I don't want to pick individual stocks really. And of course, individual stocks, you have the risk of gapping up and down, especially during earnings. So ETF tend to have not to have such instances. So this is my personal reason why I prefer to trade ETF. Of course, I do trade individual stocks as well, but a lot of times my preference is to trade the ETF. All right. Can? Oh, so me. Okay, I don't think only me, right? Yeah. So okay, 1 hour already. All right. So moving forward. All right. So as I mentioned, some of these are last week, clean energy, hydrogen. All these are also okay. All right. So moving forward. Let me share with you some trade ideas. Okay. Again, I'm not asking you to copy me. So can I have your consensus, please? Okay, just type okay in the comments, not for you to copy. All right. So moving forward. Okay, so this is for 6 November. Today, no, okay, today is still 5th lah. Okay, of course, past 12 release 6 lah, but still under 5th. I am looking at the treasury bonds, 30 years treasury bonds, TLT, 30 years treasury bonds. Okay. Disclaimer first, I actually entered yesterday. So from 12th November to 29 November. Okay. For the past 8 years, 100% positive. Okay. So let's go to TLT. Okay, of course, the Fed has said that they will slow down the tapering. Slow down doesn't mean that you stop. You still continue to buy bonds and such, whatever it is. Okay, this is just the program is just trying to prep the market. It's been saying the same thing for the longest time already. So let's go to TLT. All right, so which means that bullish for TLT, right? Which means that the yield, it is going to come down, at least based on seasonals. Okay, as I mentioned, bullish. Okay, bullish setup. Okay, based on seasonals from mid-November to end of November. The window is pretty short. All right, for the past 8 years, 100% positive. So again, I entered actually yesterday on this green bar over here. Today it kept up. So again, I'm lucky. All right. So not, I wouldn't say exactly lucky, but I have a trade plan. You can see that price actually holds support at the pivot point, the central pivot range, right? All right. And then there is a this is a wash bar, and then this is a rinse bar. So I just entered yesterday lah. So not that difficult lah. So yeah, I have a setup, I have a trigger, and based on seasonals, so I enter into TLT. All right, and yeah, and actually, for the past commodities, this is commodities. Okay, corn. I also mentioned before in my Facebook Live before. So 17 November to 13 December, 90% positive for the past 10 years. All right, 90% for the past 10 years, which means that 9 years, it is up. Of course, if you take a look at the corn, it is a ZC. This is the corn futures, corn futures. All right. So what can you guys see over here from this price action? For those who are with me, all right. I don't waste time already. So I just say that can see that price has broken above the cloud, right? So this signals an uptrend, and price is also above the central pivot range. So to me, corn, it is on an uptrend. Of course, corn being a commodity, they tend to have a stronger seasonal because of the supply, the harvesting and such. All right. So for the past, from mid-November to mid-December, all right, 90% for the past 10 years, it is going to be positive. Okay, so I'm looking to go long on corn also, but not yet. I'm still waiting, and I guess most of you wouldn't be trading the futures directly, so you can use a proxy, you can use CFD, all right, or you can use this ETF I mentioned before, right, the corn ETF, all right, and from now to 17 November, still got some time now, okay? Of course, it doesn't mean that, I have to enter exactly on 17. If the price action show some bullishness or setup, I will enter. For example, the TLT, based on historical data, it is 12th November, right? But I didn't wait until 12th November. Today is only the 6th. As in yesterday is only the 4th, okay? But TLT, it fulfilled the price action setup. All right, so I just entered. So this seasonal thing is just a guideline for you, okay? All right, another one I'm looking at, this is a PBJ. How many of you actually know what is PBJ? PBJ, it is the PBJ food and beverage ETF. Basically, it is the consumer staple food and beverages ETF. So PBJ, from the 4th of November to 26th of November. All right. For okay, the data is a bit short. All right. For the past 5 years, it is 100% positive. Past 5 years, 100% positive. So let's take a look at PBJ. It has already starting to move already lah. So for PBJ, you can see the overall trend. Okay, for PBJ, it was steady uptrend, then consolidation, all right, and then it seems that it is starting to go higher already, all right. So for me right now, there is no trigger for me. I'm watching PBJ as well. Again, this is not a signal service to tell you to buy. Okay, I'm not liable for any of your losses. Okay, just to tell you that what I'm looking at based on the seasonals and the price action. So I'm watching PBJ, and another one I'm watching, it is this ITB. ITB is actually the home construction ETF. Home construction ETF, ITB. All right, home construction ETF. Home construction ETF, ITB. or from 9 November, okay, to 26 November, okay. History also a bit short, all right, 100% for the past 8 years. So ITB, it also ran up quite a bit already, ITB. Okay, so I am quite hesitant to chase now, but can it go even higher up? Of course, it can, but I won't be doing a entry right now. So yeah, but just to let you know, these are the few industry that is doing well based on historical data. Home construction, okay, home construct, CONC, home construct. PBJ is F&B. All right, corn, of course, it's corn. TLT is the 30 years bonds. All right, 30 years bonds. Okay, so all right, so any questions so far? All right, so yeah, this is just some trade ideas. Okay, all right, so it is up to you guys to decide. All right, don't copy me again. Don't copy me. I have to stress that you don't know what I will enter. You don't know when I will exit. All right, so you need to have a trade plan to know how to enter, how to exit, when to trigger in, when to trigger out, or when to trail as such. Okay, if everything is good so far, and if you think I am providing good value to you, you learn something new today again, just type yes in the comments. Type yes in the comments. All right. Or I take a break, drink some water. Feng Rui, buying now. You're going to buy which one? Let me see. Darius, any ETF with long-term steady uptrend? S&P 500. S&P 500 is steady. What? S&P 500. If you're looking for long steady uptrend, it has been going on for the longest time. You can consider S&P 500. Yeah? It fulfills your criteria exactly. What? Long steady trend. S&P 500. Right. So if you are bullish about the US market, bullish long term, want to hold for a few years, many years, up to you. So you might consider the S&P 500. All right. The rest of the tech, all these are, even health, all these are pretty good long term uptrend. All right. So by the way, so right now about 238 people. If you could please give me a like and share. If you think that the session is pretty good, you learn something new, give me a like and share. Liking doesn't cost you money, but it tells Facebook algo that you enjoy my content and want to see more of me in the future. Because if you don't engage with me, you don't comment, you don't like, you don't share, Facebook, you think that you didn't like my content, and you show lesser and lesser of my Facebook feed in the future already. So just give me a like. At least give me a like. I think liking doesn't cost you money, right? Just give me a like. Okay. Okay. All right. So yes. Thank you for your response. Leon is saying TLT hard to enter. Actually, the best time to enter is yesterday, actually. But right now, okay, my personal opinion, don't copy me. Okay, I think still not that late. Of course, if you enter now, then you have to decide where to place your stop, because your stop you might need to place at a wider stop loss. For example, this swing low here, for example, you enter here, okay, then no price need to hit somewhere around at the top over here, then your risk to reward is 1:1. Okay, so I think still can, but sometimes it's very dangerous to say that of thing. Okay, it's just a personal opinion. I think still not too late. Okay, because based on seasonals, I think still okay lah. Okay, it's up to you. All right. Andy is asking, right, the aerospace and defense still good to enter or not? Not Again, for ITA, aerospace and defense, not today lah. Today is extremely bullish. So I don't have to chase lah. I don't have to chase. So I'll prefer there's a pullback or consolidation, then you enter. All right. So I won't be, let's say I won't be entering today, but let's say if you haven't entered, you might see the next few days or so or next week and see how price react in next week. Okay, so it could be a consolidation, all right, for a few days, then go up again, or there's a pullback, and then you look for entry to go. So my session is not teaching you how to know when to enter, when to exit. So I'm just giving you the very broad idea, when it's a good time to enter into a certain industry and such. So how to enter, when to enter, where to enter, it is entirely up to you already. All right, Ken? And gold is like responding well to the 10 years rate. Yes, so actually gold is actually bullish. Gold. So no doubt about it. So right now, just based on the gold futures, okay, this is the gold futures. Price is above the cloud, all right, above the CPR. Gold right now is really looks bullish to me, which means that my GDX, my gold miner ETF, which I shorted, has a risk of being stopped out. So I already set my stop, I think somewhere around the high over here. All right. So if it gets stopped out, then so be it. Okay. So Jeremy is asking, how do you determine how much to allocate for each exchange trade? So the very standard answer, okay, which I use also, is to base on percentage. So let's say, for example, your account size, for example, is $10,000. So you might want to allocate 1% or 2% for each trade. So if your account size is $10,000, then allocate maybe $100 for each trade, or $200, 2%, which means that your risk reward, as in your risk, if you risk $100, if you get stop out, you lose $100. So preferably your risk to reward should be at least $100 and above. So which means that you risk $100, you should get back at least $100 profit, okay, to be more favorable trade. So of course, this is a kind of standard textbook answer, but it is entirely up to your own comfort level. So if your account size is 10,000, for example, if you are willing to lose $1,000 per trade, then so be it, which means that, but you need to know that if you lose 10 times consecutively, you blow up your account already. Okay, so yeah, or let's say again, let's say if you have a very big account, 100K for example, but 1% is actually $1,000, right, for a 100K account, but you cannot tahan each trade. If you lose, you lose $1,000. Some people just cannot have that, psychologically cannot accept that, wow, if I lost one trade, it's 1K. The max they can accept is maybe, say, I don't know, $300, for example. Then go ahead and position size yourself to, just each trade to be $300 risk if you get stop out. So as a rule of thumb, I think 1 to 3%, it is fine for a position. All right, your risk. Okay, so that's my answer to you. All right. May I know how much for the Meta ETF? Can give me a name. The Meta is META. All right, Meta ETF is META. META. All right. So the price right now is about $16 lah. So I know the price is about $15.82. Okay. So yeah. This is the main topic for today, the Metaverse. So to get access to a proxy into the companies who are building the Metaverse futures, you can use the ETF as a good vehicle for the investment. All right. Adrian is saying upper Bollinger Band right now risky, but I don't use Bollinger Band, so this is not my technical trigger or and such, so I always use it doesn't mean that it cannot work, just that I don't use it, so I don't see it and I don't use it. Yeah, I use pivot point and cloud and such. Okay, yeah. All right, so Kin is asking, okay, thank you for sharing your YouTube video and such. Any reason why you prefer CPR over standard pivot? Okay, so let's say for example, go to S&P 500, all right? You know, of course, the standard pivot, right, it is just a line. Okay, it's just a line. But for CPR, it is a zone. It is a zone. So price, you know, sometimes could test like this, rebound up, or test a little bit like this and rebound up, or it can, you know, break through below and then rebound up. So it's acting like a zone. So I prefer that because you know, support and resistance is always not just a single line. Okay, so it can be a zone, a layer. So for example, for the S&P 500 SPY, you can see that, you know, actually it gets supported at the CPR, just that, you know, there's a false break and hit it up again. And then, you know, CPR performing very well, CPR. And in this example, in this year, it didn't hit the pivot actually, but it hit the upper range of the pivot point, the CPR. So it's acting as support also. All right. Yeah, so that's what the reason why I like to use CPR. And of course, you know, how the line, you know whether the CPR is thick, okay, or whether the CPR is thin, can tell you a lot of things also. So of course, I'm not going to mention this right now. It's out of the time right now. Okay, so but yeah, so by observing how the CPR actually, in previous few months to right now, how thin is it? Okay, how wide is it? It can give you a clue to how the market will perform. All right, I think I never shared before. All right, okay, all right, okay, I share now. I share now for those who are left 255 people in this room right now. Okay, if the CPR it is tend to be very thin, all right, it actually means it is the price it could have a big movement the next month. So can you see this CPR? It is actually very thin. All right. So it's a potential signal that next month there could be a explosive movement. Okay. All right. So can you see over here? This is explosive movement up. All right. And normally after a very wide CPR, okay, the following month it tends not always, it tends to be a consolidation. You see what? It doesn't really move already. So yeah, this is something new I share. I never shared this before. So looking at the CPR can tell you a lot of things also. All right. So for those who are still here, if you hear it, okay, you get this info. If you don't hear it, then too bad lah. Okay, I might not share this again. I might not share this again. All right. Okay, so Wailam, can you share the wash and rinse setup? So as I mentioned, the wash and rinse is actually taught by Bini Ong, which is not from me. So I cannot just share with you publicly. All right, but I can give you a link where you can go and learn wash and rinse certain modules. Okay, shit, I cannot find the link right now. Give me a moment. Let me find the link for you. Oh, not this one. Sorry about that. Give me a moment. All right. Okay. So the wash and rinse. Okay. I posted the link in the comments already. All right. So there are module 1 that is free. Okay. For module 2, it is paid $700, 700块. But this 700块, $700, right, you don't have to pay full $107 because Bini has some partnership with two brokers. So if you pay $700, okay, the broker will refund you the full $700 into your brokerage account. So essentially, okay, this money will go back to you as your trading capital. So essentially, you are getting the cost free. Yes, this is good. So because of the good response during the Asia Trading Festival, so Bini, as in the broker, decided to extend it until end of the year. So essentially, you get to learn the two full module, wash and rinse module 1 and module 2. And if you fund the account, you can get refunded back the full amount. So essentially, you are getting the cost for free. So this is where you will learn the wash and rinse setup from Bini Ong. You learn from her is better lah. Don't learn from me lah, because I cannot share also. I cannot share also. All right. Okay. Min is asking, right? Is it good time to exit Airbnb? Okay. Okay, Airbnb. Let me see the. I think looking. Airbnb. Min, I don't know what is your context. I don't know when is your time frame and such. If you are doing swing trading, I think it is always good to take some profit off the table and sell into strength, because the best time to sell is actually when you don't feel like selling. Okay. And the best time to buy is actually when you don't feel like buying. So market is very positive. I know many are tempted not to sell. At least take some profit, okay, and then throw the rest. But I think, right, given the bullishness of the seasoners, okay, I think it could test the high, at least a retest of the high lah. So at least there could be still some upside to test the high, maybe until about 215, somewhere around this region over here. So there's still some upside, potential upside lah. Not 100%, but potential. Use the never mind, doesn't matter. So yeah, there's still some upside. So let's say if you take profit now, no price doesn't move up, at least you still secure some profit. Okay, if you take some profit and if price continue to head higher, you also can enjoy the rally up also. So up to you. So for me, I will definitely take some profit off the table. 25%, 50% exit, I think it's fine also. All right. Sufyan Jubahari, okay, Peloton. I think Peloton is because of the earnings, right? Cannot lah. PTON. I think I just sent out the news, right? So no buy for Peloton. No buy. Definitely not a buy now. Okay. Do you know the reason why? The answer is very simple. Price is below the cloud, below the CPR. So it is this Peloton, whether you are doing a swing trade or a position trade, it is in a downtrend. So it is a no touch for me. All right, even in a weekly time frame, Peloton is also in a downtrend. So it's a no touch. If you're talking about value investing, buying for long term, hold for 5 years, 10 years, then I don't know because I don't really access the financial of this company. Yeah, I don't know what is the intrinsic value of this company. Okay, I hope that answers your question. All right. Darius is asking any tips for buying stock within the day itself for intraday trading. So I don't really trade intraday, so I cannot give you an answer. All right, intraday is very tough and I can't succeed. So yeah, I'm not in a position to give you guidance lah. So yeah, I have no answer for that. So because I don't do day trading as well. Poking, you have been with me for longest time and you don't know what is CPR, the central pivot range. Basically, it's this green dotted line over here lah. All right, it is a support and resistance zone based on the pivot point. So for those who are new to me, you want to know how I install the central pivot range, all right, you can go to this YouTube tutorial. I'll post the link in the comments. Okay. right. Just earnings. Are there certain hours within the US market that are more ideal for trading? So based on, you mean for day trading? I mean that within the hours. Generally, from my experience, right? Normally after US timing, after the timing like about 10 to 12, okay, normally it is pretty good price action, so you can decide when to enter or not. Normally lunchtime, 12 to 2, market get a bit sluggish, all right, so there's not much price movement, okay, and then nearly towards the end of the day, so about 3 p.m. onwards or even towards 3:45, then there's a lot of action already. Or sometimes a negative stock can suddenly become bullish, that kind of. So yeah, early of the day, as in early of the after the opening, early of the morning, it tends to be a good time. And later towards about 3 to 4 p.m. US timing, that's about maybe Singapore time about 3 a.m. and such. I don't think most people will be aware. I'm also going to sleep already. Yeah. All right. Okay, so I think that is all for today. I think we are past the 1 hour and 30 minutes already. So if I didn't answer any of your question, okay, please don't get offended, okay, because I think it's getting really late, 1 a.m. already. So I hope you guys learn something today. So just a recap over here, I talk about the metaverse, okay, how you can capitalize on metaverse. That is very simply by investing or trading the ETF, the META ETF. All right, I also talk about how you can go to these two websites. All right, and then you learn more about metaverse. Okay, I post the link in the comments once more. All right, so you could see the link in the comments. It is not loading. Okay, I post the link in the comments. So do read these articles from Matthew Ball, and of course, I also go through the sectors and industry. Okay, I review some of the industry that I entered. Okay, and some of this was previously bullish. And for today's Facebook Live, I actually mentioned that what are the certain industry that you can look at. For example, the bullish one is the 30 years treasury bonds, commodities is the corn, all right. FMB, the PBJ, it is FMB ETF, food and beverage ETF, and also ITB, home construction ETF. So based on historical seasonals, all right, this industry or commodities tends to be bullish in the month of November and December. Okay, so I think with such, I think I should end this session already. So today, as usual, Friday evening. Tomorrow is Saturday and Sunday. So I hope you guys have a very good weekend ahead. And last but not least, if you guys can at least give me a like, share, or a like, share, or commenting, whatever it is, do engage with me. Okay, so last call, do give me a like and share. And with such, I hope you guys enjoy my sharing tonight. And I hope I give you guys, as usual, the content and the value. So I will see you guys again next week Friday. So thank you very much. And 晚安，再见，拜拜。